How does a major WWE superstar pull off a shocking secret return at the Royal Rumble with only a few hours' notice after nearly 2 years away when Alexa Bliss made her stunning return at the 2025 Royal Rumble? It was one of the bigger moments of the night. Fans were ecstatic to see the multi-time champion back in the WWE ring, looking like she hadn't missed a beat. But the story you didn't see is even more dramatic. In today's video, we are going to be breaking down all the details because you might think a return this big is planned months in advance with custom gear and weeks of preparation. You'd be dead wrong. This was a chaotic last minute scramble that almost didn't happen because in a brand new interview, Alexa Bliss has revealed the story of the midnight phone call that sent her digging through her old gear at 3 a.m., flying into secret cities and arriving at the arena just 2 hours before showtime, all leading to one of the most emotional moments of her entire career. Alexa Bliss made a shocking return to WWE at the 2025 Royal Rumble, and the story behind her appearance is even more dramatic than what fans saw on screen. Speaking on the Nikki and Brie Show, Bliss revealed that her return was incredibly last-minute affair, put it together through a frantic series of calls and travel arrangements just hours before the show. I'm talking about that midnight call. This set off a scramble in the middle of the night to prepare for a main roster return after 2 years away. I'm in my house at 3 a.m. trying not to wake up the baby because my gear is in like next to her closet, she recalled. And I'm like looking through old gear, being like, all right, what could still fit me? The entire return was kept a tightly guarded secret. No one knew I was there. Not even, the girls didn't know I was there until I was in Gorilla. No one knew. No one knew. We're talking about an emotional entrance. After flying to a different city and being driven to avoid detection by fans, Bliss arrived to the venue just 2 hours before showtime, feeling deliriously tired. She confessed her biggest fear was the lack of crowd response, but her nerves were calmed by Stephanie McMahon. Just before she went through the curtain, the reaction she received became a career highlight for her. That was one of those where I kind of just actually took in the moment, Bliss said. A lot of times when I'm doing my entrance, I'm still thinking about what's coming up next. I'm not able to enjoy the moment. And that was one of the ones where I was kind of actually took in the moment. And I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. Now, since her return, Alexa Bliss has reestablished herself as a key player on Friday Night SmackDown, and Bliss and Charlotte Flair are two of the teams set for the Fatal 4-Way for the Women's Tag Team Championships at the upcoming Evolution PLE. Look, it is absolutely ridiculous that a talent like Alexa Bliss has to be staying up all night, essentially, trying to prepare, trying to get her ring gear just a mere hours before the event. Now, here's what's going on. WWE and Alexa Bliss were in contract talks at the time, okay? So take a step back. We had a situation in which Alexa Bliss was gone from WWE television since January of 2023. She was originally supposed to take time off before returning to TV, being paired with Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy. She got pregnant, and Uncle Howdy had to disappear from TV because Bray Wyatt lost his life in a tragic way that August. And Alexa Bliss gave birth to her first child. She had maternity leave. She spent that better part of a year and a half with her child before returning. Now, her return was delayed and delayed and delayed. Why is that? Well, WWE and Alexa Bliss kept going back and forth on her contract. WWE felt like she should stick to the terms of her previous deal in which she was on 2 years prior and had been under contract for the last 2 years and make time up because WWE typically freezes the contract of its talent. Alexa Bliss and her management team thought, no, that deal is old. Okay, we want a new deal. We want more money. We want different perks, whatever they demanded. And so there was a stalemate and there was a back and forth and everything like that. But that was what the situation was. And that is what led to Alexa Bliss not returning as soon as she did. So let me know down in the comments area below, what do you think about Alexa Bliss's story? I would love to hear what you guys have to say.